In this next section, we're going to look at how modern internal investigations actually start. And today's investigations don't begin with guesswork or rushing straight into interviews, they begin with intelligence. Intelligence-led intake, triage, and scoping are the early stages that determine whether an investigation will be focused, efficient, and defensible, or whether it will spiral into confusion and wasted effort. We begin with intake, which is the very first intelligence capture point. This is where we preserve the original statements exactly as they were given before anyone has had time to rethink, rewrite, or reshape their story. Good intake prevents contamination and protects the integrity of the investigation from the very beginning. From there, we move into triage. Triage is where we assess credibility, urgency, and risk. Not every case has the same level of seriousness, and not every complaint requires the same response. Triage helps us prioritize, identify immediate threats, and decide whether interim measures like safety precautions or temporary leave are needed right away. Next comes scoping, which is all about defining the evidence universe. This is where we determine who the custodians are, what data sources we need, what time windows matter, and how deep the investigation needs to go. Scoping keeps the investigation proportionate and prevents it from ballooning into unrelated areas. And finally, we introduce hypothesis framing. Even at the scoping stage, investigators begin forming early working theories, not conclusions, but possibilities. These hypotheses guide what we collect, what we test, and how we structure the inquiry. They help us stay analytical instead of reactive. So in section 10.4, we'll break down how intake, triage, and scoping work together to create a disciplined, intelligence-led start to any investigation. When these steps are done well, the rest of the investigative lifecycle becomes clearer, faster, and far more defensible. More defensible. More defensible. More defensible. More defensible.